A section of this video is sponsored by Gaze Graphics Pack.
What's going on, VFXers? My name is VK and welcome to Phenomenal Creations, the channel that helps you elevate your filmmaking post-production skills. In today's Adobe After Effects motion graphics tutorial, you are going to be learning how to create a snappy, cool, professional, animated intro sequence type of stuff. It's really cool, it's snappy and nice. Let's go and see how that looks like and how to build it. Let's jump in to After Effects after we have said this.
Alright, what's going on everyone? Welcome inside Adobe After Effects and welcome to a brand new exciting motion graphics tutorial. Today we are going to be learning, or you're going to be learning, how to improve that sucky intro you have laying around and learn to animate something smooth and snappy, something like this you can see on the screen. It's pretty cool. I do, however, want to give you a small disclaimer in front of this tutorial. This is going to be a pretty intermediate kind of tutorial and I'm gonna be moving fairly quickly through the steps since there's a lot of stuff we're going to be covering. And when it comes to motion graphics, we are constantly adjusting keyframes for all of our animations so that they look nice and snappy. So if I stay to discuss every detail in super detailed factor, this video will be extremely long and no one wants that. Let's go ahead and just jump into the tutorial itself. Let's go ahead and recreate this. It's gonna be cool. Let's go ahead and jump in. The first thing I want to do is gonna create a new composition, and yeah, I'm gonna do just 720p so the computer handles a little bit quicker. We're gonna begin with creating that cool animated background with these polygons, 6 edges. Looks pretty cool, smooth, snappy. Let's go ahead and turn on actually some GPU acceleration here because we need that speed, we need that power. All right. First thing we want to do, let's go ahead and create one of these polygons. We're going to use this polygon tool over here and create this really simple polygon. Hold down shift to make it snap into place. And then from here, I'm going to go here to the contents, go to polystar path, take the points up to 6. So I have a 6 point polystar here. From there, I'm going to take the fill and now choose a color of my liking. I think I'm going to like the blue one I used in the example, but I could just as well do a green one. We could probably do a green one just because of the tutorial, but you know, I'm going to stick with blue because blue is cool, you know. Okay, that is the first one. Let's go ahead and go to this outer roundness. I want to round off these edges a little bit. Don't have to be that sharp. You can do it on sharp if you want to, but I'm just gonna round them off a little bit. Let's slide them until they look pretty nice and smooth. Something around 56%. In the mid 50s could look pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the transform of this polystar. Go to the scale, because what we're gonna be doing is animating the scale. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is maybe add let's say the 2-second mark. I want it to be in the size of something like this. Let's hit the stopwatch to put an animated keyframe there. Let's go to the beginning and hit 0 pixels over there. Let's see how this looks like. A little bit slow. Let's kind of move this. So let's make it a little bit quicker. Okay. Looks good. Let's go ahead and select those. Hit F9 so that we can get the easies. If you cannot, the shortcut, right click, keyframe assistant, and easies from there. Let's go to the speed graph. From here, select the bottom point and drag it to the left. What we're doing here is just we're creating this really quick beginning and then a really smooth end. These are the secret sauce for some snappy animations. Boom. Nice. Okay, we can work with that. What we're gonna do now is let's go and close this up. Let's go ahead and rename this to something like BG polygon, something like that. Let's go and duplicate this, and I'm gonna put this one behind it, and let's open up with hit the U. We can see the animation. Let's delay it a little back in time, and actually no, let's not do that. What we're gonna do is go to close up the top layer, go to the fill color here up, and let's just make it a tiny touch darker, like that. And now all I'm gonna do is that the ending position or the ending scale is gonna be bigger. So I'm gonna go and jump down the scale like this. And if I turn on the layer in front of it, we can see that we are in behind. We have a little bit different in nuance. Looks pretty good. Nice. What we're going to do from here, we're going to duplicate this again because it has the same animations since we're also duplicating the animations like this. All right. And we can, from here, hit U, scale, and now we're going to scale this up to fill the entire frame. Go to the fill color and also make this a little bit darker so you can see what we're creating here. Okay, and from here we can pretty easily go ahead and adjust this. I want this to be a little bit larger, so it's something here in the middle. Nice. Okay, but now if we play this, they're all animating at the same time. We want to have them some separation. So since I want the background to be animated first, I will delay the 2 second layers here. Something like this. That looks pretty smooth. That looks pretty snappy. Pretty cool. All right, I think that's pretty good. Let's go up to maybe 5 second mark. Hit the N key to end the composition there. We don't need to have that much room in case we don't need that. This. All right, so we have a pretty nice base for our basic background animation. Didn't take too long to animate this. That's pretty good. And this is a pretty good time for us before now we're going to be moving on to create the logo emblems. So, but before we do that, this is a pretty good time to talk about this video's sponsor of this video. Let's go. Never do motion graphics the same way ever again. Have over 2,200 readily animated, easily customizable elements to add to your videos. Element packs like slideshows, typography, Instagram stories, titles, devices, and infographics. Get a clean and modern extension to preview and apply elements to your videos. From 18 categories to fit any type of aspect ratio and resolutions up to 4K. To save time and level up your MoGraph game, you don't need to learn a bunch of advanced and time-consuming motion graphics techniques to create easily customizable graphics templates. Have them all built into After Effects, apply them drag and drop, and watch the magic happen. Hop over to the description and click the link to check out the Gaze Graphics Pack, which is down 40%. You get all these 2,200 plus elements for only $29. Go check them out in the link below. You won't regret it. Back to the tutorial. A bunch of cool stuff with dope motions. Check the links in the description to get yourself 40% off their pack. For $29, you get amazing amount of cool animated presets. And this entire intro sequence is pretty much inspired by one of their readily made intro sequences. So that's what we're pretty much creating here. We're creating a basically an inspired version of one of theirs, and you can get all that for $29. Check the links in the description. All right, what we're gonna do next is creating the logo emblem in the middle, and if we can see that we have our background, and then we have our next polygon in a little bit of a rotated axis there. So what we're gonna be doing, let's go over here. Let's go ahead and create a new polygon from here. And now let's go and put the fill to none, go to stroke and put that to fill layer like that. And I have the stroke to about 8 pixels. And now we're just gonna drag one of these polygons again, hold down shift. Now the same process, go to Polystar path, 0.6. Nice. Then I'm gonna put the anchor point in the middle. I'm gonna use this anchor point mover, put that in the middle right there. And then I'm gonna go and put the rotation a little bit to the left. Like this. And then I'm gonna put this somewhere in the middle. We can use the tile action is safe here to really center this up like this. Like that. Then I'm gonna go to the scale again. So transform Polystar. Go to the scale, hit the keyframe, and from here I wanted to, let's just put the 100% keyframe, maybe a half a second forward, and let's put the scale to 0%. Select those. Once again, easy using F9, let's go ahead and do one again this speed graph for those snappy animations, something like this. Okay, that was a little bit too quick. Let's go ahead and that looks pretty nice. But now, once again, let's go ahead and smooth out these corners a little bit. So let's go to the stroke. Here, outer roundness. We can hold down Command or Control to have, so it doesn't do that fast of the adjustments. 40%. I think that looks pretty cool right there. All right, and from here, I want to now, from this point, it scales up. Now I want it to scale down pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and put the scale down to maybe just a tiny touch right there. Let's go ahead and go to the speed graphs for these two last keyframes. Let's see here what we have. Let's go ahead and add that so that it quickly goes there. So let's go ahead and add so it moves smoothly, but then it has a quicker end like that. Zoom out from here. Let's see. I think that was pretty good. Okay, now let's go ahead and add with the rotation. Go to the rotation here from the Polystar and hit that rotation check mark, stopwatch. And from here, I want to now move it to the left. So it's straight like this. And also, let's go ahead and give that some smoothness. Let's see how this looks like. Okay, we could go ahead and play with the speed graphs. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, a little quick. All right, so I think the animation for the rotation and the scale should happen pretty much at the same time. So I think we have reversed this in a way that we don't like to. So let's go ahead and take this back here. Let's take the yellow point here, move back to the side, and create a similar kind of a rotation in here. That looks a lot better. Nice. We can make this a little bit more exponential to have this keyframe here. So because the scaling is pretty minimal here, we could do it a little bit more severe by taking this one and maybe scaling it up a little. Yeah. That looks pretty good. Okay, what we're going to be doing next is creating this inner polygon in the same shape, but we just want to have this inner white innerlay where the logo is going to be placed. So the good thing is that we have all we need of the rotation and scaling from this already. So what we're going to be doing now is call this maybe a logo, emblem, duplicate that, Command D, Control Shift D. Let's position the anchor point in the middle. But now for this one, we're going to go take away the stroke and we're going to put a fill. We're going to open up the keyframes for both of these. We can see them. And from the scaling, we're not going to touch the rotation because we want to have the exact same rotation. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these past here so that when this moves like this and just when this starts to rotate down, then we get the white overlay in here. Let's go to this keyframe here. Let's go and delete the last point here and go to this scale keyframe because we want this to be, well, obviously smaller. So we're gonna go and make that smaller so we just get the inlay here. Let's see how this looks like. That looks pretty nice. Gotta say. Real smooth. All right, now we're gonna need a logo to pop from down up at the same time as this is animating like this. So what I'm gonna do is gonna close all these off. I just have my own official logo here, my Phenomenal Creations logo. I'm gonna go scale it down a bunch. Let's go over here for the final position to see how we want it to be positioned. That is actually a pretty good position. We could take it down just a touch. Something like that. Awesome. And we could go ahead and add a fill effect to this and just make it the same color as the background so it looks like it's subtracted. You could also make subtracted alpha matte layers, but in this case, this is just easier for that sense. Okay. And from here, what we're going to do is that we want this to be animated from down to up. Let's take the position key here. This wanted to be our ending position, and already when it's over here, let's go ahead and move it down like this. Hit the F9 keys. Looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and make that a little bit smoother, like that. It's gonna require a little bit more time. Could actually start already from here. Actually, a little earlier. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So now we're gonna fix this that we can see it here on top of all the layers. We want this to be inside of this white, this inner shape layer. So what we're gonna do, take the logo emblem here. We can take the logo emblems and change the colors to maybe yellow so we can like separate them from everything. Let's take the logo emblem too, and we could actually call this inner so we always know which one it is. We're gonna create an alpha matte. So we're gonna duplicate this, put it on top of our official logo, go to the official logo's track matte option here and take alpha matte here. So now we're gonna be we're subtracting, so it's always inside the white logo there. So now it doesn't overlay with anything else. Okay, let's give this a little look here. That looks pretty nice. I dig that. Okay, so from here, we're gonna be moving closer to the text elements themselves. And from here, we can see that the entire package moves up before revealing the text. So what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna need to control all of these at the same time, but I don't wanna animate all of these layers at the same time. So a little trick here. After this has animated, maybe a second after, now I want to animate up. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go create a new null object, and we're gonna rename this to logo control. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select all of the logo emblems and official logos and pick whip them to the logo control layer. So now if I move the logo control layer, all the elements that are pick whipped to it will move with it. So let's go ahead and animate position, put that there, maybe go like a second forward and take it up a notch like that. And the same process always, F9. And let's go ahead and ease that and make that a snappy. Is that too snappy? Also maybe a little too snappy. That's nice. Nice and settled. Okay. Not too hard. Pretty cool. Okay, let's go ahead and create our text layer and this little animation for it to reveal when the layer comes up. This really nice text animation. All right, let's go ahead and create a new text layer here. And I'm just gonna call it your text. It's pretty small. Let's go ahead and take this to 10 and it's a little bigger. I'm using the Nexa black font if you're interested in that. So now you know. Let's put the title safe action here so we can see where it's in the middle. We can take a ruler here, put it like there. Let's put the anchor point in the middle and have it somewhere around there. Awesome. Like that. Okay, so now I want this to animate. So what I'm gonna do, I want it to animate one letter at a time from top to bottom. And I want it to happen at this point of time. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go and take the drop down for your text, go to text, animate, position. And this is the range selector animation tool. I have made a tutorial about this at some time in the past, but basically it gives you a range selection, how you can basically animate individual letters or characters in position, scale, skew, opacity, all type of cool things. So what I'm gonna do, go down to advanced, and actually we don't need the advanced. We can see just here. Oh yeah, well, actually from the position, what I'm gonna do is that I want them to come from up here. And now if we play with the start here, we can see that they're now animating from one at a time. So we're gonna go from here and then one at a time all the way down from 0 to 100. Hit that start button, go forward in time, put it to 100. And then again, let's make them easiest. But for this, I want them to be smooth, like slow in the beginning, slow in the end, but quick in the middle. So what I'm gonna do is then I'm gonna zoom into this, take this to the left, right, and this pick width to the left. So now we're creating this really slow spike and then a slow again. So it should look something like this. Okay, that's maybe a little quick. That's pretty cool. Let's just make it start a little bit earlier. Yeah, that's good. But now what I want to do is that I want the letter Y to start in the middle of the font, like the logo, and then animate to the left. So it looks like it's building from the left, from the middle, and then appearing more to the right. So, also, well, for our luck, that's super simple to do. Let's go here, and where this begins, I'm gonna just select text, hit Shift P, so I can just add the. Or we're gonna go down, hit P for position, hit position, and then hit Shift U so we can see the rest of the keyframes. And what I'm gonna do here is gonna zoom in, and I want this to be in this position at the end. So I'm gonna go down here, and then now I'm just gonna move the text so the Y letter is in the middle. And it could actually start a little bit later in time, so we can see it comes down for itself. We can hit so that it hits the ground, and then it moves accordingly. And then of course the F9s. Add that little end snappiness, and that looks real good. But now, once again, we can see the text. We don't want to see the text until we want to see the text. So we're gonna create another alpha matte on this little bad boy over here. What I'm gonna do, simple, let's go ahead and create this rectangle tool, make a white solid like this. Take the your text tool, and no, actually we're just gonna make a alpha inverted matte actually for this. So we will just take the inversion of that, and now yeah, and actually now it's a little bit too high up this. So let's move this in there. Now we got it. You can actually take it down just a touch. Nice. All right, looking really good. And last step, what I'm gonna do is that I wanted to add a last piece of text for basically your website little text here. That's also a nice little add to have some extra motion in there. So what I'm gonna do, go ahead and create a new text element, and now type in yoursite.com, but maybe not use colons like this. And from here, I'm gonna make the spacing to 350 and make the size to 12. And then put on the title save action, take the your side, and take the ruler, and then move here. Awesome. And then this is the easiest of all the animation. At the same time, I want the text to appear like this. Position. This is the ending position, so we can move it across here and across the frame. And then again, our favorite type of motion here. Speed graph. We got this. Yeah, looking pretty nice. I think we have done a pretty great job. A little bonus, if you want to add some depth, you could go to the first polygon here, and what you could do is you could add a drop shadow. Put it maybe down here. Take the distance down, and just add the softness here. Like this, and take the opacity down to something like 25%. And then copy this to the second one. And let's go ahead and take away the tile action save here. So we are adding a little bit of like depth here, giving some shadows. So that's always pretty cool. And you could take that, go to your text, hit it over there, getting some shadows on the your text layer too. Maybe take the softness down just a touch. There's so many things you can do. That's pretty cool.
And we have reached the end of this tutorial. Hope you guys did enjoy it as much as I loved creating it for you. If you did, why don't give me a like and a comment down below. And of course, don't forget to consider subscribing to this channel if you are interested in these kind of tutorials. And of course, ring that notification bell if you never want to miss out on a new video that appears in your subscription box. Don't forget to also give me some suggestions on your tutorials you want to see me create in the comment section down below. And as always, learn, master, impress. I'll see you guys in the next one. VK out.